bit of an adventure today, and I'll have to see how much I can tell you. I'll give you a hint. We're going to go to a shooting range, which sometimes opens up as a riding location. Hi there, welcome to The Beaten Trail. In this episode, we take a drive out with Dave Porzy from AOAA and Kyle from Off-Road Consulting for a visit out to Ben Franklin Range.
I did a little loop here. I want to get down into here more today.
Hey everybody, Mike from The Beaten Trail. We are out here at Ben Franklin Range. Private invite out here to do a little bit of riding and a little bit of stuff. So we'll have a little bit more video for you, but we're out here with Dave Porzy with his ride. We'll be back with our rides at some point. We're just out here for a private day to do a little bit of reconnaissance and details of research on the trails and mapping. So stay tuned for a little bit more. We always like riding at AOAA, so we were excited to get the call, and we were able to join the off-road consulting team for some mapping that they were going to be doing, and so it was exciting to get out to Ben Franklin Range, and we had not been there before, and we will be back. Kyle came equipped to do some mapping, and he was asked by Onyx Off-Road to do some survey on the trails already listed by difficulty and their rating. Now, normally, Ben Franklin Range is open only for shooting and training exercises, but they do open the location up regularly, so check their schedule. So we decided to take a ride out and see what it was all about while Kyle was doing some mapping. Of course, we had to fly the drone around a little bit just to see how big this place was. Some great open areas and some climbing, as well as some muddy areas as well. We appreciate Dave Porzy bringing us out there and driving in the expedition. It would be an exciting day to see all about the trails. The Beaten Trail is sponsored by Ride Royal Blue ATV Resort in Pioneer, Tennessee, where all of your Tennessee adventures begin. Lodging for any budget, bring your RV, or stay in a cabin. Trails are attached to the resort and not a far drive on ATV legal pavement, so stop down at Ride Royal Blue in Tennessee. And the Potter County ATV UTV Club. With over 65 miles of trails, you'll find a little bit for everybody, and more difficult hills are out there as well. And they're all listed on Onyx, and that's one of the reasons Kyle was out here. He was double-checking some of the difficulties and making sure the maps were all marked properly. And this was at the request of Onyx, just to make sure they had a complete list, and soon Ride Command will be included as well for these trails, and that's exciting for everybody who's got a Polaris out there. But reminder, you can always download Ride Command onto your phone or your tablet, so you really don't need to have a Polaris to enjoy it. But it's a great way to track your ride, and you can upload and download those different trails of your own rides and share them with your friends. But today, I'd be in passenger mode in Dave's ride.
Welcome to Ben Franklin Range. We are a 1,200-acre training facility. We are law enforcement and family-owned. Our facilities on premises are, we have two identical turf ranges that are 50 yards wide by 100 yards long. We have a 6,000 square foot, 2-story, force-on-force shoot house that has lighting, individual lighting in each room. We have a roof over the 90 by 60 cement pad, and the first floor of the shoot house, even during the day, we can tape off the windows and do white light and night vision work during the day. Additionally, we have a 900-yard unknown distance range with 45 pieces of steel shooting from 7:30 on the clock all the way to 3:30, so it's not a traditional bowling alley 12 o'clock style range. It's much wider shooting area than that. Lastly, we have approximately 70 miles of maintained off-road trails. Those trails are constantly changing, adding, and developing. We have a lodge on site that can sleep 19 people. We have 3 full bathrooms with showers. We have a classroom that can seat 25, and we're a full FFL SOT, which means we can sell firearms and suppressors, all the good stuff there. Like I said, we are a family-owned, law enforcement-owned training facility. Primarily, our business model is being a venue for firearms training. However, the off-roading was such a history of this property that we've decided to keep it going. And typically, we do a off-road event at minimum once a month. In the summer months, so occasionally we do twice a month.
Excellent, good. And what kind of size? You had mentioned how many trails you have it here, or how many miles?
About 70 miles of off-road trails. That's approximation, but we are adding to them constantly, changing them. We primarily, our business is a firearms training facility. We don't want to upset the off-road community, so we decided to keep it going, partnering with guys like yourself, bring you guys out, get a view of the property, help us with our trail mapping system. I think today we're going to be doing some ride command stuff, which I know I get emails about like once a week, so I'm excited to kind of bring that to people that they can bring their ride command system and set up the trails that way.
Awesome, good. Well, we're looking forward to, we have one vehicle here today, but would love to come back, bring the team out and do a couple different types of vehicles, just for without people going to the website. It's ATV side-by-side and dirt bikes, or is it just...
So we welcome all off-road vehicles, from side-by-sides, dirt bikes, quads, UTVs, to the rock crawling machines that people build in their garage, which are so cool to see sometimes because they're varied. It's cool to see what people can build. But we have basically no restrictions for off-road vehicles, which is nice because we're privately owned, which is key.
So pretty much it just has to run, and they wear a helmet.
Yeah, run in a helmet, yes.
That's it. Okay,
Yep.
Good. Okay, because I know some people have, maybe they built it themselves, they don't have a registration. I mean, you should have insurance when you're riding.
Right. You should have insurance for your machine if if something happens. But as far as requirements, it's basically off-road vehicle and a helmet.
Yep.
And we are family-friendly facility. There's nothing that makes my family happier and the people that help us with the off-road events happier than seeing mom and dad riding, son and daughter riding, little kids with the little big helmets riding their little, Cobras and PW50s. That's awesome. We love seeing that.
Yeah. So I guess some of the people just have questions is going to be, they'll have to watch for your schedule on the website and just make sure that those are the regulations. Obviously, you must sign a waiver when you come here. So can they do it online, or is it always in person?
It's just easier to do it in person.
Yeah.
So it's 25 driver, 20 a passenger. You sign the waiver when you come down the hill. All our maps are on OnX off-road. Yep. And then soon to be Polaris Ride Command, which I'm excited about.
Good. And on a typical riding day, is it like a 9 to 4, or when the sun goes down, or what usually?
I believe, don't quote me, I think it's 9 to 5, but you need to be loaded up by 5.
Okay.
So 5 is exiting time, not end of riding time.
Right. Okay, good. Anything else you want to talk about? Anything, obviously you talked about the mapping, anything new and upcoming? I know you mentioned that you had a loop trail that may be for some beginners that's still passable by some stock riders.
Yeah, we just with Steve Stiller, Stiller Motorsports, we recently put in a 20-mile loop that's accessible to stock off-road vehicles. So if you get an off-road trim, you don't need the baddest lift, you don't need the biggest tires. This is a trail in non-winter months. I want to specify that can be done with a stock vehicle.
Excellent. Good.
But that's one thing that's unique about us too, I failed to mention, is that we stay open all winter. So you can come here in the summer and the winter, and obviously your subscribers and viewers will know how different trails get depending on the seasons.
Yeah, well, we're hoping we have some more snow this year. We haven't had it in 3 years.
It was pretty lackluster snow. I was hoping for more, because some of those snow rides, we do a big fire, it brings out a lot of people, and we wanted the snow and we just didn't get it.
Yeah. Good. Well, I appreciate your time.
Awesome. Sounds like good. Enjoy your day off-roading.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Dave from AOAA, for allowing us to come along for this private ride. Thank you, Kyle from Off-Road Consulting, for showing us about mapping and trail ranking. Be sure that you get out to the Ben Franklin Range website and check when the next ride is. They do regular rides, and you owe it to yourself to get out here and see all that they have to offer. Please click on our Amazon links before you go shopping. It helps to support the channel. Thanks again for watching. Thank you to our sponsor, Ride Royal Blue, as well as the Potter County ATV UTV Club and Lit Industries for the brightest rock lights and accessories you can find. Please reach out to our partners for additional services. We appreciate having you on board. Visit our stores for hats and shirts and so much more. We appreciate you watching, and we hope to see you out there on the trail. Thanks.